So when did you actually open the doors there at the TKO?
5 years ago this September coming up. Well, 5 years ago gone, September, so we've been 5 years
and
now.
And who's gone through there, apart from the fighters you've had? I mean, other fighters have trained there. I mean,
you know, Martin Power, Tony Oakey,
it's just...
Beavis. It just kept turning them over, Steve, you know. Obviously, now, I mean, when I first went back, when I first opened it up, Jimmy was he was sort of working. He didn't really have a lot of fighters then, Jimmy. He was sort of staying in the game with the cuts and working really a lot in the cuts. And now he's developed a great stable. The fighters,
and they're based at your gym, aren't they?
They're based at my gym. Brian Lawrence is based at my gym with his fighters.
Because it's what's happened in the last 5 or 6. Obviously, the Peacock's been around, you know, 20 years or whatever. And for a while, that was the only gym.
Yeah.
But in the last, say, obviously 5 years with you, and then the last couple of years, several other gyms have opened up. I mean, look, you know, little Jimmy Mack's got that thing going out of whether it's Ganshill or whatever it is, Loughton. Jason Rowland's got the thing out of Bellas Park. Obviously, you've got your thing going. Dominic Negus has got his whatever that lunatic Spartans gym, whatever. So the bottom line is, there's a lot of fighters. I mean, I thought that at the show at your call last night, how many boxers there were from the East End fighting, and how many gyms that. I mean, like, so go back 5 years. It's just a Peacock. Now there's about 4 or 5 proper gyms full of pros.
I think the thing with a Peacock is, and that's what I tried to stay away from, is they, you know, great gym, fantastic. I used to train them myself, but they're very big on the keep fit side as well, you know, and that's how you got to, you know. I'm just purely a boxing gym. So we can't make no money in our gym, you know, but you know, they can, because they've got the other side. You know
they're geared to different. What about? Do you have a lot of white collar boxers come through?
We've just had Chrissy, who's she does I forgot what it's called now, but she does the shows at the Troxy.
Okay,
for the white collar. Well, they was training at Broad Street, but she's had a fallout with Johnny Eames. So
she's coming down here.
She's now at my gym 3 nights a week. My son's training them for her.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so she's got 30, 40 fighters in there.
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesdays and Friday nights.
And so the way you run that gym is that you lease it out. So like people that work there pay you, a fee as such. Your gym gaffer.
We've got 2 Russian guys there. I mean, Monday to Friday we've got a lot of Eastern Europeans in there in the evening.
All right.
When I say a lot, I don't mean loads, but I mean, you know, they've got 15, 20. Henry does Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and Yuri does Tuesday and Thursday. There's a lot of Eastern Europeans in that area.
Of course there are,
You know, so it seemed sensible to have 2 Eastern European coaches there. That's taken off pretty well. We've now got the white collar Monday, Wednesday and Friday as well, which most of the Eastern Europeans are either doing white collar or unlicensed.
Yeah, of course.
You know, most of my fighters are done and dusted by 6 o'clock in the evening.
I know you work. Obviously, Leon Williams, who's got a title fight. He won the British title a couple of months ago, and he's got a British title fight against Tony Conquest, who trains in one of those gyms we were just talking about. That's on January the 13th, Friday, January 13th at your call, and that will, I'm telling you now, that will be a sellout. That will be something. It'll be a special night.
Both boys Celtics.
Oh, exactly. Both boys Celtics. Who, in addition to Leon, are you actually working with, John? Not just appearing with, but are you actually working with?
I've got Mitchell Balker, the Dutch kid, cruiserweight, who. You know, he's number 3 in the country, Mitchell. He's only had 6 fights.
He's a big old lump. The cruiser,
The cruiser went up and he beat the dangerous Richard Turbo.
Yeah, that's right,
And beat him
comfortably. And no one wanted to fight.
And you know, we took the fight. We drove up to Blackpool. 7 hours it took us to get there in a KA. You know, so 4 of us in a KA, courtesy of Alec Wilkins.
That was just in the back.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I mean, I put Mitchell in the back. There was no way I was getting in the back. But I mean, 7 hours to get there. Got there at 6 o'clock. Was in the ring at 7 o'clock. We was back in the car by 7:30 on the way home again. You know what I'm saying? So,
it should be.
You know, and this Dutch kid, I mean, I can't get in fights, Steve. You know, and it's such a shame because he's given up so much
to be there.
Well, I mean, he come and interviewed me to be his trainer. He came in with a clipboard on the questions and sat me down in the corner and questioned me on being his trainer when I first met him.
Tell me about last week, Ben Murphy. You're working with Ben Murphy. He's a super feather lightweight. You just started working with him, and he gets a call. He's not that tall, Ben. He gets a call, 5 or 6 days' notice, to step in against Ashley Fearfane, okay, who's a good seasoned pro, Ashley. I know you'd worked with him for the British Light Welterweight title, live on Sky. Did you know, how much discussion was there between you and Ben Murphy?
About that much.
Exactly, straight away. Jumped
Ben's a fighter, you know. Ben's one of them kids. Well, this is how it went. Frank will only phone me up. He said, "Have you got Michael Grant in the gym? We're looking for someone to fight Ashley Fearfane." Well, I worked with Ashley for 2.5 years.
He was in and out of the gym, wasn't he, a lot?
No, you couldn't get him out of the gym. He was always in our gym. You couldn't get him out there. One thing I will say about Ashley is he's a prolific trainer. You know, he's always in condition, and you can't take that away from him. But So this is how the conversation went. Frank phones me, is Michael Grant available? I said no. What's it for? He said, oh, Nigel Wright's got a problem with his medicals. We need someone to take his place against Ashley. So I said, well, he ain't been in the gym, Frank. I said, but why don't you try Peter McDonough?
Yeah, of course.
I said, he's in our gym. He trains in our gym. I said, try Peter. I said, I think he's managed by Andy Ayling now. So he rings Andy Ayling. Peter says no, because he can't make light welterweight no more. Okay. So Frank phones me back, and I went, well, look, he's only been with me 5 weeks, and he only fought 2 weeks ago. I'll ask Ben Murphy. I said, but I don't actually manage him. All I do is train him, but I'll ask him.
Who manages him? Mickey Elliott?
Mickey Elliott.
Yeah.
So
let's get back to the story. So
I ringed Ben. I said, Ben, Johnny went, yeah, mate. He thinks I'm going to talk about his fight 2 weeks ago, and I asked him because he got cut in that fight as well, only 2 weeks before. Ben, do you want to fight with the British title? He went, yeah. He didn't ask when, he didn't ask who, he didn't ask where, he didn't ask how much, what weight, nothing. He just went, yeah. So I went, well, it's Saturday. He went, that's all right. This was Tuesday. That's all right.
Go on, sir. So you go up there, up to Teesside somewhere, right up in the northeast, and for eight or nine rounds, he smashed it. I mean, when it ended in the 11th or whenever it ended, one judge had him 5 up, another had him 6 up, didn't they?
No, 5, 4 and 1.
5, 4 and 1, yeah. Now, I thought, watching it, I thought Fear Fame was coming back. I still had Ben a couple of rounds up, so it was all on those last 2. But he was, I think the 5 days preparation just started to tell a little bit.
One day.
The one day.
Was on the Tuesday, he come in the gym on a Wednesday, and he went up there Thursday.
No, staggering.
So he did 1 day's training for the fight.
And what weight? I mean, he won't fight a lightweight. He'll fight a lightweight.
I mean, listen, what I said to him, when he said yes to the fight, and I told him what it was, and I went, look, it's a no-lose situation. Yeah. You know, you're a smaller guy. If you lose, it ain't really. As long as you don't lose bad. Yeah. If you lose, it ain't gonna do no harm to your lightweight, whatsoever. And you know, how I saw the fight, we raced away with the first 6 rounds, and I didn't see us winning anything after that personally. Yeah. I know the judges had it differently.
But 1 or 2 rounds.
Yeah. But you know, the end of the 10th round, I said to Ben, if you have another round like you've just had, I'm pulling you out. Yeah. You ain't seeing the last round. Yeah. And he shot out the corner at the 11th round and tried to give it, and he couldn't.
He did give it.
And he couldn't. And what I will say is, if I'd have had 2 weeks more with him in the gym, then he'd won the fight without.
No, he would have. Now, John, I'm going to talk a bit personal stuff now. Now, about a year ago, I came down to see you, and you had a look like a cold sore on your lip. Yeah. Anyway, it's still there for a while, and eventually you went and had it cut off or taken off or removed. Yeah. But that wasn't the end of it, was it? Just talk us through the story. Well, story in a lip. Yeah. The lip story.
Don't give me no lip,
No, don't give me no lip, yeah.
It started with, as you said, there was like a little lump in my lip, and as you do, you bite it or whatever you do, and eventually it turned into a scab. And I've been, throughout my life, suffered with cold sores, so I took no notice of it.
Yeah, of course.
And this was about 3 weeks before Christmas. Then Christmas come and went, and it was still there, and then January come and went, and my wife went, you know, you need to go to the doctors, and I don't even know where our doctors is, let alone go there. You know, I just don't go. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I brushed that off. Cut a long story short, it went on to April, and the cold sore, or what I thought was a cold sore, was still there. So Sharon just booked up the appointment and said, look, you've got to go today. I went to the doctors, and they obviously, they was concerned about how long it had been there. So they sent me straight to Bart's. As soon as they mentioned the word Bart's, you think, you know, there's something wrong. Yeah. Anyway, I went there, and the doctor said he didn't like the look of it. It's some sort of cyst, but he didn't know what sort of cyst. I must have had £1 million worth of scans. I had every scan you could ever think of. And they then done a biopsy, and it come back as cancerous. And the minute they say that word, Steve, you think the worst straight away. But you know. And I touch wood, I'm really fortunate. There was a lot of people in there that are a lot worse.
A lot worse than you. People with no-nos and all that kind of stuff. I've seen it with my wife.
You know, so you know, I had to have 6 weeks of radiotherapy, which the black cab driver, I've got a lot of black cab drivers use the gym, keep fitters. 5 of the guys took it in turns. I had to go every day for 6 weeks.
And they took you from Canning
Town to the hospital, waited for me.
Then took you back.
And took me back because, you know, I ended up with a lip like a camel. It was hanging down, the bottom lip was hanging down, and I knew that if I'd have gone on a train, the type of person I am, someone would have been staring, and I'd have been rolling about in the train and made it worse. So it done me a big favour. They was great, the guys, and you know, I can't thank them enough.
And then you get an all clear, and then you go in the summer. Irony of ironies, this charity football match you organised. Tell me about that. Take it up.
We I got the all clear, and although they give you the all clear, you ain't never really clear. I've got to go back once a month for 3 years. So it's you know, ironically, I do a yearly thing which the boxing world shows how great it is, and we do a yearly football tournament. You know, Ricky out and Nathan Cleverly this year.
David A showed up.
Yeah. You know, it's endless. Some Rendleman Road. You know, they travel down all over the place at their own expense. We raise money for children with brain and spinal tumours, obviously cancer.
Yep.
And the first time we did it, we raised 20 grand, and we did it this year again, and we raised 20 grand again. So, you know.
But it was at Canvey Island.
It was at Canvey Island.
And the sun was out.
Well, the sun weren't out in the morning. And what the hospital told me is, if you go in the sun, you've got to wear the block, keep the total block. So the sun weren't out.
So you got no out, no block.
The block was in someone else's bag, and I was out in the middle of the pitch doing what I do.
Doing number 9. Running
around and making sure it was running smooth. Just totally forgot about the sun. Come the night time, he goes back to the hotel, and I've got a mouth like a camel again. It's all swollen up and blistered. Goes back to the hospital. They did a blood test on. I had a big lump come in the centre of my mouth again.
But this is quick this time. You're not leaving it for
straight
3
away.
months.
Straight away. Yeah. They did a blood test on it. The doctor, when I went back for the results of the blood test, I didn't have to go back. I waited, and they gave me the results there and then.
Yeah.
They said that it's the blood cells are non-cancerous.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, that's a result, if anything. You know what I mean? So he said, but we're not happy with the lump that's there.
Yeah.
So we're going to take it out. So you're going to have to come in hospital Thursday. This was on the Tuesday, so you've got to come in Thursday. We'll get the lump out.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it is. Anyway, they did that. Took the lump out. I goes back 3 weeks later. I goes back and they asked me. They tells me that although the blood cells weren't cancerous, the lump was. So they've now got to open me up again in the same place, and they have to clear a channel either side of the lump that they take out. So that was 3 weeks ago now, Steve. So,
but I mean, looking at it now, John, it's healed up.
It's healed up well, but I'm conscious of it, Steve.
Well, you would be, but at the same time, it's healed up well, and you need to look at you to see it. Like if I pass you like this, you can't see it. Now you've got to go like that. I mean, I'm looking for it because I know it's there. In all fairness, right, John, and I'm staring at it when I'm seeing it because I'm looking at for its recovery. I'm not remarking about it.
But do you know what it is? I'll be talking or I'll be eating, and all of a sudden, because it's numb,
you can't.
And I've got that little dip in the lip, I end up dribbling. I don't know.
Yeah, but my wife had a lump cut out of down underneath her ear, John, and that's got better. So there's more. The feeling returns.
It returns.
It'll probably never be full on, but the feeling returns. Listen, John, we've had a long time. It's been a pleasure talking to you. We'll see you on January the 13th. You'll call with Leon Williams against Tony Conquest for the British Cruiserweight title. John, thanks very much.
Steve, it's been a pleasure, mate. Thank you very much.